A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the Tuesday night edition of the show. Promises to be exciting, promises to be fun-filled. As always, I'd like to thank you for joining us on Sports Tonight. And of course, I promise you that if you stay with us for the next 52 minutes, that we'll be bringing this show to you. We will make it as enjoyable as possible for you, because we will try to touch up on a whole lot of issues of interest to you, not just on the domestic scene. We will also be taking you abroad as well. So thank you once again. Welcome to the show, and I'm sure you're going to have a swell time today. Well, my name is Tony Bitoye, in case I've forgotten to mention my name, and later on as we go on, I will be introducing to you some of the very special people that will be on the program with us this beautiful Tuesday. But this guy starts off the show with me tonight. So let me start off by introducing him. Cosmos Chukwuemeka is always around with us on Tuesdays, and it's very instructive that he's been able to make it down to our studios this Tuesday. Cosmos, we're happy to have you as well. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Tony. It's good to be back on the show, and we have several things to talk about.
A whole lot of interesting issues.
Very loaded show, and we're going to have fun.
Yeah, we're going to have fun, and Cosmos is starting off the show with me tonight. Without wasting any more time, I think we should just go on very quickly and talk about some of the things that we need to talk about. And let's go down memory lane. Let's go down 26 years ago. It will be tomorrow. It will be exactly 26 years tomorrow that something happened right there on the pitch of the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. And that's how we are going to start off the show tonight, remembering our fallen hero in the person of Samuel Sochukuma Okwaraji. We were involved, of course, in a World Cup qualifier for the 1990 World Cup in Italy. And we were up against Angola, 13 minutes to the end of the game. Samuel Okwaraji slumped right there on the pitch and passed on. All right? And since that day, we can never forget Samuel Sochukuma Okwaraji. Not just because of the quality of football that he played, but because of the attitude that he brought to his game, the selflessness, the patriotism with which he lined out for Nigeria. Exactly 26 years ago tomorrow, we are, of course, remembering Sochukuma Samuel Okwaraji. Tomorrow, we are going to have a special package for him. Kayode Tijani will be joining us on Sports Tonight tomorrow, and you'll be getting the opportunity to once again see some of the goals that Okwaraji scored for Nigeria, and probably you'll be able to appreciate him some more when you're able to see all of those. That will be tomorrow. So don't forget to keep it a date with us on Sports Tonight. Tomorrow we'll be doing a lot more for Samuel Sochukuma Okwaraji. 26 years tomorrow that he fell right there, slumped on the pitch, and passed on. All right? That's on the sober side. But let's talk about something that is also a lot more endearing, a lot more positive for Nigerian football. Exactly 30 years ago, Cosmos, yeah, you were around, I'm sure. Maybe not around. No, not around, but you had the story.
Yeah, not around. Yeah, not.
Hey, okay, all right.
Somehow.
But it's okay. 30 years ago, it happened in China. We called them, at that time, we called them baby eagles. That was what we called them, baby eagles. But right now, we call them the golden eaglets of Nigeria. But then, in 1985, they were called the baby eagles. They went to China unheralded. But then, they became the first African team to win any FIFA-organized competition. They were led by Undoka Ogbade. They went, they saw, and they conquered the rest of the world. They beat Germany 2-0 in the final. Exactly 30 years ago today. All right? So, Cosmos, let me bring you in now. I mean, it's good once in a while to go down memory lane, one on the sober side, one on a more cheering side.
All right, let me start with the one on the sober side. Okwaraji died on the 12th of August 1989 at the National Stadium when they were playing World Cup 1990 World Cup qualifier, FIFA World Cup qualifier that day. And Nigeria actually won by 1-0, but then it wasn't celebration because a certain Samuel Okwaraji, who at that time was probably the best player on the pitch for Nigeria, one of the best very dedicated, a player that was very patriotic, just lost his life like that. And we're remembering him. Of course, we've been talking about the fact that the authorities are probably not doing enough for the family of the man and all that, but then it is good that we're remembering him. It is good that we have to remember a fallen hero, because he was a hero. So many people have said that maybe because of what happened, Nigeria couldn't qualify for the 1990 World Cup. I think they slimly lost it there. They couldn't qualify.
And ever since that time, since it passed on, we've been qualifying for every World Cup apart from 2006.
Apart from 2006, we've qualified for every World Cup. So for me, it's a sober one. You have to start thinking that what would have happened if he lasted 13 minutes and moved on with his life past that August 12th, 1989. So we have to celebrate him. Yes, and we're going to be doing that. Now, for
the Golden Eaglets.
The Golden Eaglets.
The baby Eagles.
Who were the baby Eagles at that time.
Yeah.
We're celebrating them. The first African side to win a FIFA World Cup title.
A FIFA tournament.
A FIFA tournament. I mean, it's a World Cup too. They won it. The first African team. I don't think they are giving that much recognition per se. But
and interestingly, Nigeria was President Muhammadu Buhari was the head of state.
Was the head of state
in 1985. So it's remarkable.
Yes. So it's a remarkable one.
30 years after.
Exactly. I hope he remembers this too. That he was the military head of state at the time when Nigeria won the competition. So we're celebrating them as well. We'll still see one or two players around. I mean, Ndeka Agbade was
Jonathan Apoborire.
Jonathan Apoborire. There's some other players as well that were part of the team, and we're celebrating them 30 years, and we'll continue to celebrate
30 years just flashing by, just like that. It's a long time ago. Well, once again, let me remind you, tomorrow we'll be doing a special package on Samuel Sotukuma Okwaraji. Kaode Tijani, football historian, will be joining us, and we'll be taking a look, hopefully, at some of the goals of Samuel Okwaraji, and we'll talk some more about him. We also need to mention this, that the Nigerian Football Federation are also remembering him. In fact, they were the ones that launched the hashtag We Remember Okwaraji that is trending on Twitter. And has been trending since morning. And then the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, put a call through to the mom of Samuel Okwaraji earlier on today to tell her that Nigeria will never forget her son, Sochukuma. That's very, very comforting. So we'll talk some more about all of that on the program tomorrow. Federation Cup matches will be played across 8 centers, both for the men and the women tomorrow as well. And the NFF have ordered that the portraits of Samuel Okwaraji will be at all the venues so that everybody will remember him and remember what happened 26 years ago. We'll talk some more about that tomorrow and some other things that happened around that event, that fateful day, August 12, 1989.